The athletes that wear Nike clothes, the superstar athletes, represent your brand. Nike has stuck by Tiger Woods. Nike has stuck by Ben Roethlisberger. Why was that the right business move, Charlie?
Well, first of all, I think when we create a partnership with an athlete, it's more than just an endorsement. It's a relationship, and certainly with both Tiger and Ben, you know, we look at every case individually because everyone is different.
Michael Vick, you let go and now he came back.
Right. I think as we look at those types of situations, it's on a case-by-case basis. We don't jump to any early conclusions. We let due process play its way out, and we are always evaluating the impact that those decisions have on our brand and the relationship we have with our consumers.
Is it ever possible that those brands, the Tiger Woods brand, the Ben Roethlisberger brand, the Michael Vick brand, and Nike, that those brands are too big to fail, in a sense that people will look at them as athletes and eventually not look at their personal transgressions?
Well, I think that's up to the consumer, obviously.
But is that what Nike's betting on?
No, I think that again, some of these, it depends on who they are. Again, it's case by case. You know, using Tiger Woods as an example, I mean, he's the world's greatest golfer. He has had a huge amount of influence and input into our product line, and which you know, we continue to take market share and grow in the golf space year to year, month to month. Tiger's been a big part of that, and so it goes beyond just the marketing and the exposure, and that relationship is an important part of, I believe, what gives the Nike brand the ability to create the best performance products in the world.
It's interesting to me, you're just looking from the outside in. Nike has taken some big risks, and a lot of big corporations just wouldn't do it. A lot of big corporations walked away from Tiger Woods. A lot of big corporations wouldn't have put up that now famous ad with Tiger Woods and his father's voice. Nike did it, and millions of people watched it and commented on it. Was that a hard decision? I mean, it seems like there's a lot of risks taken here that a lot of big companies won't do.
Well, I think that sometimes there is risk taken, and I believe in most cases we make the right decisions on those risks, and certainly they've been a big part of our growth, whether it's an ad with Tiger Woods or an ad with Charles Barkley or an ad with Lance Armstrong. You know, they represent more than just the competitive nature of sport. They represent the emotion and the personality that makes sport so compelling and such an interesting place to go every single day.
And looking at the athletes that Nike decides to partner with, I mean, how young are you watching these athletes as they come up through the ranks? Do you have anyone you have your eye on now?
Well, there's always the next somebody, ... out there. And we're very fortunate to have some great people out in the field in every single sport. Knowing the sports, we work with some of the greatest coaches in the world, some of the greatest programs, clubs, federations in the world. It allows us to see athletes emerge. I think LeBron James is a great example. I mean, we've known LeBron since he was 15 or 16 years old.
Do you remember your first sort of meeting with him, approaching LeBron?
I always remember that time.
What was it like?
He was a kid. He was a young kid, just full of exuberance, full of fun, opportunity, and yet there's an underlying set of intensity and focus on his craft. And, you know, one of the greatest parts of my job is to watch some of these kids grow up, and it's actually a lot of fun.